I've never played this Liberty Hall before. What's it like? And he was like, well, it's the only show that's not sold out on the tour. So, and then I was like, oh, really? That kind of bummed me out. So I sent out something on Twitter, and I was like, come on, people, come on, boys. And look, you all showed up. It's so cool. Look at that, social networking works. Now we're all friends. I started writing this last record, The Rock and the Tide, about 2 years ago, and the title track is actually the first song I wrote for the record. It comes from kind of like, as I get older, you know, it's a weird phenomenon for me now that my friends are starting to get married, and some even have babies. It's, you know, I grew up in the Midwest where people start having babies at like 18, where it's not like that on the coast. So, it's just weird. I think it's totally surreal to see your now, you know, much larger, much less hair having friends who used to like have vomit all over them in the bathroom every night, like drinking too much, have kids. It's insane. I feel bad for these kids. They only knew what I know. But, so, one of my friends from growing up, he and his wife had a kid so long ago. They were the first ones, like way, way early. And so the kid's 11 now. And yeah, I feel like he's like, we can hang. And so I'm like Uncle Josh to him, and he's like, I don't know, when he was 9, a couple years ago when I started writing this record, he had just found girls, you know, just got interested in girls. And he started asking me questions. And I kept it all very PG, but I started thinking about when I was in 4th grade, you know, in Ohio, and all we had was Friday night skate. Like, that's where you went on Friday night. There was like an ice rink in the middle of nowhere, and you just kind of like hope for twice a night they'd have like couples skate. And you have to have the balls to kind of ask a girl, another 9-year-old girl, to skate in a circle with you. With sweaty palms and listening to Billy Idol's White Wedding or some shit. Yeah. It's so awkward. And as I'm telling him this, I know it's sounding kind of awkward, and he's looking at me like I'm such a loser. He's like, why don't you just call her? And I was like, well, because when I was 9, if you wanted to call a girl, you had to get her number, you wrote it down on a piece of paper, you know, you called the house and like would hang up over and over again when the dad answered. There was no cell phones, you know? It was horrible. And it took me 6 months to ask one girl to like skate around a circle with me. You know, I guess it was back then, you know, things took longer. Maybe romance took longer, I guess. But there's something endearing about that. I'm nostalgic about it. And this kid was like, I was like, well, what's your deal? He had a crush on this girl, Amy, in his class. And I said, what are you going to do? Are you going to ask her to a movie or, I don't know, something? And he's like, well, first, you know, what I'll do is I'll follow her on Twitter. And then I'm going to, you know, I'll start texting her, and then a week later I was like, so how'd that work out for you? And he was like, you know, we made out, like all, you know, dismissive. Yeah, we made out. And I was like, what does that mean? Because my tongue didn't leave my mouth until 7th grade. You know? And even then I was like, oh, it's all wet and slimy. I don't think I liked it till 8th grade. And this kid was like, just, I don't know. His tongue was everywhere. He's like, oh yeah, we kiss with tongue. And I was like, so is this your girlfriend now? And he's like, no, I'm over it. Just so quickly, so quickly. It seems like all these social networking sites and things and all this communication that's happening, that's increasing exponentially, is ruining one thing, and that's romance for kids. So if there's any kids in the crowd, I don't know if this is an all-ages show or anything, but if there's any kids in the crowd, there's nothing wrong with waiting at least 2 weeks before you tongue kiss if you're 9. You have to wait 2 weeks. If there's 9-year-old girls in the crowd, you make that boy wait 9, make him wait 2 weeks. Anyway, so when I had this conversation with him, it gave me the the idea for this next song because it's kind of like a loss of innocence type of song. It's about what I'm talking about now. Anyway, I'll just shut up and sing. It's called "The Rock and the Tide."
To myself, things that come with time will always be better. Everyone gets what they want too fast these days. No one knows the way to make things last. Still I say, hey baby, I'm through waiting, 'cause I need you now. I'll show you how you can take my hand and save me. Come on, save me. Everyone gets what they want too fast these days. No one knows the way to make things last. In the right place after years of spinning round the sun. So I'm done with all the times I strain to find the rhyme with you, blind and busted. Everyone gets what they want too fast these days. No one knows the way to make things last. Still I say, hey baby, I'm through waiting, 'cause I need you now. I'll show you how you can take my hand and save me. Come on, save me. Come on, save me. Baby, I'm through waiting, 'cause I need you now. I'll show you how you can take my hand and save me. Come on, save me. Come on, save me. Hey, baby, waiting, 'cause I need you now. I'll show you how you can take my hand and save me. Come on, save me. Come on, save me.